Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Biggs. Now today, we're doing something different. We're on a rescue mission today. Not only are we on a rescue mission, we're on a rescue mission for something that came in this. Completely unacceptable housing for the thing that came in this. So it's getting a better home today. Plus, in the end of the video, we also got some really cool swag showed up in the mail call. Something you're going to want to stick around and see. It's super cool. So let's check it out.
Now, if you are as fascinated as I am by the incredible diversity of life that surrounds us, then you belong here with me. I make videos on all facets of nature, from aquariums and vivariums, reptiles, isopods, insects and arachnids, a whole bunch of DIY projects, and lots of stuff about some unique plants. And I try to do one thing a little bit different. I try to dig a little bit deeper into the science behind it all. So if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you'll always be kept up to date when I upload new content.
All right, we got the bin all cleaned out that was used for the Poecilia regalis, and we're going to get it ready because this is one of the items of the animals that we just took in from that collection that we brought in, and this is clearly not the proper setup for this animal whatsoever. It is a true terrestrial species, and it does like to dig. The one thing that is very common with a lot of the New World species is the urticating hairs, which are very irritating if you get them in your face, your eyes, in your nose, or on your hands or your skin. So we're going to go ahead and get her set up, get this new enclosure set up and ready, and then we'll take a peek at her. I like the idea of using this. This is not going to be her permanent housing. This is just going to be temporary housing, and until we can at some point get those the new vivarium set up for all the terrestrials. As I say, this was an animal that was kind of basically a surrender. So we're going to go ahead and use that same sort of kind of terrestrial mix that we've got. A nice forest mix. It's moisture retentive. So it is a tropical species. So it does come from an area that requires some humidity. She will like to dig. I keep calling her a she. I'm told it's a female, but I don't place a lot of faith or judgment in the individual that did that. But we're going to just say, for all intents and purposes, it's a female. And because she's a ground dweller, we're going to give her a nice deep bedding. Piece of styrofoam. We don't need that in there. All right, that looks nice and good. The only reason I'm not going to go deeper is because this container, this is not my container, but you can see there's this line of holes here. And if I go any deeper, normally I would like to put it probably to about 4 inches or so, 4 or 5 inches in depth. And that she will get that in the new enclosure. But in this enclosure, this is the height I'm going to stop at because every time I move it, I don't want to have mud falling out of it and dirt everywhere. So that's where we're going to stop for today. We got her a nice little piece of cork. We're going to kind of bury it in. So we got our nice little water dish here. And I've gone and packed down the media. Now, because the media has not just cocoa fiber, peat, and so forth, it actually has some sand. It also has some cypress mulch, has some leaf litter in it. It has a lot of things that'll kind of hold it together. Add a little bit of moisture to this, and this stuff will give a lot of area for digging. So she'll be able to move this around, and if she chooses to build a burrow, or she wants to use this, it'll retain its shape fairly well. That enclosure is pretty much ready to go. Because this enclosure that she's in, as well as the enclosure she's going to be going into, they are both accessible strictly from above. I do not want to go and try and tilt this one and have her fall. A terrestrial species, any sort of fall whatsoever can be very damaging to them. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to be relying almost entirely on using a catch cup for catching her. Let's get my tools. I don't know her at all. She doesn't know me. So this could go really easy, or this could go a little bit harder. We will see. But so far, she seems pretty calm. Her abdomen's in good shape. You can see she has been throwing some hairs. Well, wouldn't you if you were kept in this kind of conditions? I'd pull all my hair out. She's going to be much happier in that new enclosure. So let's get her in there. See, she's just beautiful. And while we have her in here, you can see it's definitely not a female. You can see the hooks there. It's not a fancy enclosure by any means, but let's definitely get her all settled in there. So you can see her hooks right there. So I guess we cannot call her a her. It is definitely a he. Come on. I'm not trying to fight you. A nice, slow, and calm process makes it much easier on her or him. Keep calling her her. And there he is. Well, he's not the happiest of tarantula. He's got his hide. He's got another hide that's below that, so he's got kind of a two-layer hide. But every time you open the enclosure, this is pretty much what we get. Defensive behavior. So we pretty much just leave him alone. All I opened it for was to change his water dish today and just check on him. But he's doing fine. Gotta do a shout out. Cool, super cool dude in Medicine Hat, Alberta, named Terry Armstrong. He's the owner of a company called Chaotic Exotics. Got me a little care package here. All sorts of coolness in here. So let's open it up, see what we got. There's no holes for breathing, so I think we're safe so far. Oh, still more to open. So if you're ever in the Alberta, Canada area, if you ever come to Canada and you want to go to, like, say, Banff or something like that, you got to head up to Medicine Hat. Medicine Hat is where it's all at for reptiles. This guy's got a super, super cool store. I'm really, really pumped to try and get out there once the world kind of gets back to normal, get out there and give you guys a full tour. But the coolest thing is this stuff here. We got a shirt, like the Ouija board. It's super cool. Thank you, Terry. We got a beer cozy. You know, that's going to come in handy here. And then we also got the hoodie. So we're going to rep and we're going to support Chaotic Exotics, Medicine Hat, Alberta. The super, super coolest part about this thing, you guys got to have to wait a minute, some creative editing, and then you'll see.
That's right. These babies glow in the dark. How cool is that?